Hello and welcome back. I just happened to be going through some of my old video files the other day. I don't know whether it's just because it's the start of the year and it's that time for reflection, but I was doing it anyway. And I thought, these have never been on the channel. I could do with putting these together as some sort of how it started video. So here it is. I'm starting with the clip from me painting my rig, and this was back a long time ago when the rig wasn't in the cupboard, it was out in the conservatory. And I must admit, when you build something out of old scrap bits of wood, it does sort of look a little bit shabby. So I gave it a coat of paint and it transformed it, absolutely transformed it. So this was version 1 of the rig, sat in the conservatory, computer behind me, and if you notice there is the Driving Force GT, which was my first wheel, and you know what, that did me proud. That was an awesome little wheel. I recommend that for a starter wheel, absolutely. So now I'm just going to tidy up all the wires there in the rig and get it put back into place. And while it was alright using it in the conservatory, in winter it was going to get absolutely freezing. So I needed a more permanent place to run the rig from. And yeah, the understairs cupboard was the only place for us to put it. I had to start on doing that. This was the cupboard, and it had been full of junk and it wasn't looking very nice. In fact, I seem to remember someone calling it a bit of a dungeon. Yeah, but I saw the potential in it. It was definitely a good home for the sim rig. So some leftover paint went on the walls, that brightened it up lovely. Then it was time to fit a carpet. Of course, fitting carpets, I only had a certain amount left over, which left a little bit of a hole in the side there. But fix that. Yeah, there you go. No one sees it, doesn't matter. New lights went in there, really brightened the room up. Then I had all of this cable management in there. Well, it was time to put the rig in. So it wasn't the easiest thing to fit in. I eventually sort of fitted it through the cupboard door and got it flat on its feet again, ready to be pushed into position, and it went in there quite nicely. It was quite good. Computer went in behind me, very nice, all ready to just squeeze me way in, which I managed to do. And it was quite comfy, so it was ready for using with VR then. Then we got the one monitor installed. Yeah, it was looking good, it was looking good. So yeah, it was on to the upgrades, and the very first upgrade I did was the baller and get a 30 Newton meter direct drive wheel, and I love that thing. It's lasted ages. The next thing was to get myself a few more monitors from eBay, and this one was a right bargain. It even had all its cellophane left on. So yeah, that was the next job, in with the triples, and I also had to put on a green screen, which was a little bit of a trip to the sewing machine, but yeah, that came on and was fine. And there we go, we had a green screen curtain, and if anybody can see the glaring problem, that's right, a wood rig and a 30 Newton meter wheel. It didn't really work together very well. So what I had to do was use this threaded rod and literally bolt the rig to either wall in the cupboard, and that did somewhat shore it up. It's pretty solid now. I also had to put in some sound insulation because it sounded like I was in a cupboard, which I was. So yeah, last year I started streaming, so I needed some extra monitors for chat and running OBS, so I ended up installing them on the ceiling, and it ended up looking great and spot on, absolutely spot on, till one of them fell off later on last year. So yeah, this is what it's like now, and currently I've got my little shelf to put my keyboard on while I'm driving. Doesn't half hurt if you bang your elbow on it. And you've got my triples there, and there we go, there's the remounted top 2 monitors. I've got myself a button box in there. You can see right down on the floor there's the keyboard, because it's still a little bit messy at the back. But, you know, nobody sees that. It doesn't matter as long as it all works. That's the current state of the cupboard, and a little bit of a retrospective look at how it all came to be. I mean, it's... I use it so much and I enjoy it so much. It's fantastic. And hopefully I can document a little bit better how the next set of upgrades go. Yeah, thank you for taking a look at a retroflective view of how I put the cupboard together. I hope you enjoyed it. So, if you've liked the video, please leave a like. If you've really liked it, consider subscribing. And bye for now.